I can't wait till my kid gets tall enough to where he doesn't rest his balls on the fucking toilet seat to pee.
God damn!
Is he still doing that?
He does it all the time. And today I was at work and I had to fucking drop something off or whatever, and I had my kid with me, and he's like, I have to go potty. I think he just wanted fucking gumballs because we have gumballs in our shop.
You've talked about this before, but you told me that you never let him have gumballs.
I let him have it once.
Okay.
And then he swallowed it promptly. And I was like, God damn it.
Like the whole ball?
Well, I
or
mean,
like
he bit it
chewed
first. And I was
Yeah.
like, don't swallow it, though. Make sure you spit it out when you're done with it. And then he was like, it's gone. And I was like, what did you... God damn it. And so I think he was just hoodwinking me to be like, he's going to check for himself. Because I was like, the bubblegum bandit came, and there's no more bubblegum anymore. Like, there's no more gumballs.
Yeah.
And he fed on that for a while. And then I think this time he was like, I have to go potty.
Calling your bluff.
Yeah, just so he could check for himself. Because he
Yeah.
was fucking proud of himself, too, when he got out of that car. And then he looked at and their gumballs are like right by the fucking front door. I'm like, God damn it. But I also didn't want to sit in traffic with a kid being like, I have to go potty. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
shitty thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I brought him in there, and then he just rested his fucking balls on the toilet seat. And I'm like,
Now, is it because he's not tall enough, or is it just now the way that he does it?
oh, it's the way that he does it.
Yeah.
And like my toilet seat is clean because I know
your
that he
toilet
rests his
seat.
fucking balls on it. So I clean it. But at public bathrooms and stuff, he like puts his fucking thighs against the toilet and like leans forward and like leans on it and just rests his balls on it and just pees into it. And I'm like,
Maybe that's how it should be done.
I mean, it works. It looks pretty relaxing, I guess. I just want him to.
He just needs to take a load off every now and then, all right, Mom?
They're heavy.
They're just dangling down
It's
there.
a lot to carry around for a 3-year-old.
Nice little container, nice little shelf for them to rest on.
I mean, I've rested my boobs on like counters to be like, let's just take a fucking minute.
Load off, yeah. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, probably. But it's gross because it's a fucking toilet seat. And I'm like, I know the kids at this shop don't fucking scrub that shit.
He needs like a ball blocker, you know?
Why isn't that a thing? Just like a ball shield? Just loop it around your penis so that it covers your balls?
I was asking, does it attach to him or the toilet? Like, that's what I was thinking in my head.
It has to attach to him. They have to be personal.
Yeah.
It can't attach to the toilet. Was every dude going to use the same ball blocker?
No, I'm thinking kind of like a toilet seat protector, but it'd be a ball blocker.
Like disposable ones?
Yeah.
Like a paper cup dispenser, but it's a ball blocker.
Yeah, ball blocker, patent pending.
Patent pending. Patent pending. Could be a ball shield. I don't know yet.
A sack shield.
Ooh. Yeah. Goal line D.
What? I feel like you just said a lot of letters and words together.
I said goal line D. You know, like goal line defense.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
totally knew that. Defense.
God damn
Goal line. Defense.
Sports.
Yeah, I'm so about sports.
Yeah.
I'm not like other girls.
Ow.
I like really like sports.
I like really like sports. Yeah. Me too. Don't tell my boss that I don't.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Here's Wonderwall.
after that lovely discussion of ball blockers and sack shields and whatever, you got a goddamn for me, Aaron?
Well, I do. And it's about work. So
Great segue.
great segue if that segue stays, you know? And it's not that exciting to anyone else's life, but it's a real big thing for me.
I feel like I'm going to get excited. I don't even know what it is, but I'm excited
You
already.
may or may not. You probably won't. You're probably going to judge me.
Oh, yay,
Pretty hard.
finally, something for me to judge.
Well, no, you won't judge me for that. You won't judge me as hard as I've judged you in the past.
Fuck you too.
Call the cops. So my printer was like, hey, guess what, guys? You need a new cut strip. And it didn't
Oh my
say
God,
this.
you nerd.
I know. You see, I told you were going to judge me. My printer it's a big, wide format printer. It's very expensive.
Tell
and
me
it's,
about your printer, baby.
yeah, it's so nice. And I have taken care of it for the past fucking 11 years in its goddamn life. And I know it like the back of my hand, and it's my baby. It is my love child. And it's like, hey, baby, I need a new fucking cut strip. And I was like, I got you, baby, no problem. And so then I called the place to be like, yo, send over a dude, bring me a cut strip, right? And then they were like, hey, your printer is an antique, And also, we don't make replacement parts for it at all.
You're like, you got a junkyard?
Yeah.
Do
And
we
so
make
I'm like,
junkyards?
well, but like, what do I do then? Like,
Yeah.
what am I supposed to do with this information? Because I still have a fucking printer that is enormous and I still need to print on and still works perfectly fucking fine. What do you mean no one has a cut strip? Like, it's literally
Yeah.
just a piece of plastic. It's like the cutting board to the fucking
Is it like the one that I used to like use my
rotisserie chicken?
rotator cuff blade? You know, the thing that you use to slice fabric with? I hit my mic so hard.
Yeah. Yeah, essentially that. It's just the little piece of plastic that sits underneath your paper that the blade would then cut on top of.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Cut strip.
Yeah, and it's old, so it's been a minute, so it's got these little grooves in it, so the blade doesn't slide quite so nice anymore. Mm-hmm. They don't fucking make that shit anymore. And the guy was like, well...
I feel like you need to call another guy.
No, it's the company. It's the big fucking printer company that's like, hey, you bought it in 2008, so it's 13 years old, and like we discontinued parts for it because that printer doesn't exist in our line anymore, and we can only hold parts for it for so long. And
That's
make
bullshit.
parts for it for so long. It's such fucking bullshit. So then I had to buy a fucking aftermarket piece, and then my guy
I
was
don't know
like,
what that means, aftermarket piece.
well, like, it's not technically the brand.
Oh, it's like not made for your printer, but it'll work.
Yeah, like it's...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You're getting a little snobby over here.
Well, no, I don't mind that.
Oh, okay.
But my guy that does all my fucking repairs on my printer and shit, which is sometimes extensive, like, you need a new fucking print head and they got to replace a bunch of shit in it, which is normal wear and tear, but at the same time, they don't fucking make that shit anymore. He was like, well, I can't put it on for you. You got to do that shit yourself. So now I'm a goddamn print mechanic.
Oh,
Printer
you're just like fucking expanding your resume.
Yeah, my repertoire.
I'd like to imagine you, in a low cut V leaning over your printer on a sweaty day.
It's like a Carl's Jr. commercial.
I need,
I'm like,
I
I'm
need
just
a
gonna
new
get
cut
this
shield or whatever the fuck you called
Cut
it.
strip
Yeah,
out.
there you go.
Yeah. And I was like, well, can you like come over and stand behind me and tell me what to do? Like, I know you can't touch it because
Like in the movie Ghost.
exactly like
Just
that.
reach around my body.
Yeah.
Make my hands do the
Fucking
things they need to do.
Work this cut strip and cut it out for me. Oh, I work the fucking pottery. Yeah, he said no.
Ditto.
He said no. And so I was like, all right, I'll fucking figure this out.
He
so
said
then,
no?
yeah, no.
you need
He
to
like
wear that?
explained it in great detail and kind of showed me a little bit, but he was like, I'm not going to come out there for that because I don't want to be responsible for your shit going wrong because it's an aftermarket piece, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, you fucking suck big time.
Yeah. Thanks for nothing.
Yeah, so then I replaced it and it's fine. But it's also fucking middle of All-Star season, so I kind of need a printer. Like, this is a big deal, and now my fucking colors aren't working right because, like, hey, also, fucking, you need a new print head now because this shit goes out, like, every couple of years, and you just need to replace that shit. Like, it's normal wear and tear, but it doesn't fucking thing. So now, I may or may not, allegedly, be getting a brand new one, and I'm so excited!
Ooh, new
Yeah.
equipment. Now, is there like a learning curve when you get a new printer?
Yes and no. I mean,
Okay.
it's all essentially the same shit, but it'll be like faster, bigger, stronger, uncut.
Hey-o. That's what I'm talking about. Gone wild.
I mean, it'll just be a little bit different, but it'll be like maybe a week learning curve. It won't be bad, but I'm so fucking excited. And
When
then
do
my
you get it?
colors. Well, I didn't get it yet. We're gonna go look at it tomorrow.
Oh my God, it's like picking out a car.
It literally is. It
go
cost as
look
much
at it?
as my car.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Those are expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
They are.
silly.
Which is why they should last for more than fucking 13 years.
Yeah, that's stupid. I guess
Yeah.
cars don't really last for 13 years either.
But they can if you take care of them.
They
and I have
used to
taken
can.
care of this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I take care of it and it's clean. It's in good condition. It has fucking zero low miles.
I think you need to learn printer mechanics. And then you can keep it alive forever.
But
That
they
shit'll
still
be
don't even
vintage.
make the parts.
You
so then
could
I'm going to
Jimmy
start
rig 'em.
having to find all these aftermarket parts. And my boss at first, when I first told him, he was like, wow, not going to buy a new printer for like an $8 cut strip. And I was like, okay, well, it's $50, but
Okay.
still, I get where you're coming from. But also, if you don't have a cut strip, then you don't have a fucking print and cut. You just have a print then,
Yeah.
which,
You want me to get my razor blade out?
yeah, like if that's what you're into, but I'm not cutting this shit by hand. So you figure that shit out. And then he sat on it for a day and then he came back and was like, you know what? I think we're going gonna need a new one. And I was
Yeah,
like,
because what is he going to do?
interesting. Yeah, I know, exactly. And also, it has paid for itself over and over.
Yeah.
So buy me a new one. And
Nerd.
then I can keep the old one alive because nobody fucking is going to want it.
Oh
I
my
asked the
God.
guy, I was like, what do I do with the old one? Like, is there like a fucking buyback program? Like a trade in my old ass car?
Yeah, so you can give somebody else the good parts of this one?
Yeah. And he said, you could probably sell it on Craigslist or offer up. And I was like, did he seriously just tell me offer up? Like, as a Facebook market, you want me to put it on a Facebook marketplace? Like,
Yeah.
hey, anybody want a fucking wide format printer? And then my boss was like, well, maybe some people won't know that the parts are discontinued. And I'm like, so you're just trying to hoodwink some fucking Facebook guy for $1,000? Like, all right, man.
Oh my God.
I don't know. But I'm super excited that hopefully, maybe, allegedly, I'll be getting a new one pretty soon. I'm so excited.
My God, you're such a nerd.
I know.
But that is very exciting for you. I'm very happy for you and your journey.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Maybe it'll be faster and let me do my job better. Boss, if you're listening.
Aaron's boss.
Aaron's boss.
Maybe.
Anyway, do you have a goddamn for me, Stace?
Girl, have I got a goddamn for you?
Ooh.
So I may or may not have lost my lucky rabbit's foot.
What?
Let me tell you.
How?
Let me tell you.
Suddenly feel the need to spot mine.
It's mine now.
Yeah. Oh, I found it.
So
It's
the
on
other
your keys.
So the other day, I was in Michael's getting some arts and crafts stuff for crafting some arts. And I had all of my children with me because I am an amazing mother. And I am like, I can get you done with all of these kids. I have two of them, in case you're wondering. And everything was going great. I was getting my crafts, arts, supplies, whatever. Fucking fantastic. I had my keys in my hand because I am a woman of power and I don't carry a purse. AKA, I fucking hate purses. There's so much work.
Yeah, they are.
And then I just put more shit in them that I don't need to be carrying.
Mine is literally filled with like eye drops and candy.
Yeah,
So, and
yeah.
like 8 things of nail polish. Ask me if I wear nail polish.
Yeah, see, that's what I do too.
Yeah.
I've tried it. I've done it. So now I just have a phone and my keys and I put them in my pocket. But I happened to be wearing clothes that day that didn't have fucking pockets, AKA leggings. And I had a flannel on, which is impossible to think of now because it's so hot. But I had a flannel on and I had a flannel pocket, right? The titty pocket. And so I had my phone in my titty pocket. I had my keys in my hands. And I had a shopping cart, which are the tiniest shopping carts in the whole entire world if you ever went to Michael's. And I had my baby in the front and then I had my toddler in the back. He's not even a toddler. I don't know. It's 4
In
toddler.
the back.
Like in the shopping cart. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, so I was cruising through Michael's like a bad bitch and getting my shit. And, you know,
I got my own car.
and then I had no place to put any of my shit because, like I said, smallest baskets in the world.
Yeah.
And so I was making my kids hold it all. Anyway, so there was a lot of finagling, right? Had my
Yeah.
keys in my hands, lots of finagling, whatever, homemade fucking keychain. And we get through the checkout line, whatever. And some lady was like, oh my God, you dropped something. And I was like, oh no, what? And then she was like, is it this face mask? And clearly I'm the only one with kids here. And it's like a dinosaur face mask. So I was like, oh, thank you. Because my toddler or my baby, he had taken his face mask off as if to say, fuck this shit. I don't want this. And I was like, cool, you do you, boo-boo. And so I held it in my hands and I just let my hands go in all of this. You know, when you're like, I used to be so aware of my body. And as a mom, I'm so distracted that I literally couldn't tell you if I've blinked ever today. Like, it's like so, or like when I peed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like why I've been thirsty for the last hour. Like I should go take care of that. Anyway, so I was fucking not self-aware of my hands. And I guess I just let it drop. And so some lady chased me down. I was like, oh yeah, thanks so much for fucking saving the day. Anyway, so we get all the way back in the car. I get everything in the back. I get the fucking kids buckled in their seatbelt. And I look down at my keys and I realize my lucky rabbit's foot is gone. I had it when I went in. And now it is gone.
I bet that bitch fucking pickpocketed you.
Took my fucking lucky rabbit's foot. So I'm looking all over the car because I'm like, well, maybe it fell off in the car because the keychain, it's like one of those ball and clicky keychain thingies or whatever. And it's broken on me a couple times and fallen off. Not broken, but it just like unclasped.
Really?
And I've been like, oh no, I need to watch out for that.
yeah.
Yeah. So all the kids are buckled up and I fucking
Wasn't going to go back in for that.
No, that's so much work. So I cut my losses, right?
Yeah.
And I get in the car and I started up and I mentioned to my son, so sad, I lost my lucky rabbit.
Yeah.
I said it out loud. I wasn't talking to anybody. My son, as I have mentioned before, has an infatuation with this rabbit's foot. And he was like, Mom, we've got to go back inside and we've got to look for it. Maybe somebody found it. Maybe we can get it. And I was like, it's okay. We're just going to go. And I could feel a tantrum coming up. And I was doing that thing where I'm like, I actually really want to go back in there too. And the only thing holding me back is these fucking kids. Like, I don't want to have to unbuckle them all over again.
Yeah. I just did that.
But what's worse is if I have to drive home and listen to my kid bitch about the thing and rip open the wound over and over again that I lost this fucking rabbit's foot. So then I unbuckled the kids and I was like, you know what? You're right. Let's go fucking search for it. And I held the baby and I was holding my toddler's hand and we fucking are cruising in and he's like owning the joint. He's like, we're here to get my mom's lucky rabbit's foot. Like, you know, everybody just sit down, take your time. If you could just move out of the way. Like, he was owning the joint.
Get on the floor.
Everybody look for it. It's a dead rabbit's foot. Anyway, so right when we walked in, like towards one of the first aisles, you know where they used to have all the beads and everything and now it's like fucking flowers and shit?
Yeah.
It was right there. It was right when we first came in. It fell off somehow.
What? You found it?
I found it.
Oh, that's so good.
And I made my kid pick it up. So it didn't look like I was stealing something. It looked like he was stealing something.
Yeah,
and we
at
just turned
least.
around and left. And I was like, wow, that is lucky. Like trying to make it like, we're not stealing anything.
I came back for this.
This is mine.
If you'll review the tapes.
Oh my God, I would hate to have to explain what it is.
Well, you see, I made it.
It's clearly a dead rabbit's foot.
It's a craft store.
Yeah, they
They're
wouldn't
like,
care.
she's crafty.
Yeah, she gets it.
She gets it. She's just a little more morbid than the rest of us.
Yeah, she's just the death one.
I'm so glad you found it.
I found it again only because of my oldest son. He was like, Mom, we have to go back in there. And I was like, you know what, baby, you're right.
Yeah, he knew. He was like,
knew.
Mom, don't cut your losses.
There's a reason why he's
Yeah.
fucking attached to that thing.
Probably because it came from your crows.
Duh.
He was like, you can't just let that shit go.
No, we can't just cut. I was so willing to let it go so quickly. This is my life. I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it.
I mean,
It's over now. It was a good run.
That's the me. You're like, I'm always trying to channel you. And I'm like, fuck everything. That's done now.
Yeah.
So that was me. And you needed a little bit more of you.
And then my son broke through.
Yeah.
It's like,
Your
no.
son was like, no, Mom. You see, because I actually really like that.
Yeah, that's the dumbest rule you ever came up with. Unbuckle me.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, but next
get
time
us
you
out of here.
fucking get in your car seat the first goddamn time, I tell you.
Oh, God damn it.
Sick of repeating myself.
All right, shall we get the show on the road?
Okay, so do you want to hear about my story, Erin?
I want nothing more in this world.
This week, I'm going to tell you about Tatatiki Gozzi.
All right.
I don't know why I made it fucking Italian flair, but it's fun that way.
Taratiki Gozzi.
Yeah, I'm probably butchering these names. I fucking Googled on how to pronounce them, and even Google was like, mm-mm.
All right. Where does this take place?
This will be in South Africa.
Okay.
So in October of 2017, Tatatiki was a 61-year-old man who lived in Stellenbosch, South Africa.
All right.
He was a father of 6, and on the 5th of October that year, he had undergone abdominal surgery at Paarl Hospital. So he had abdominal surgery.
Mm-hmm.
After the surgery, he was transferred to Stellenbosch Hospital for recovery. So he had surgery at one hospital, went to another for recovery.
All right.
At around 5:15 a.m. the morning after his surgery, a nurse came around to check on him and stepped out. I guess he was like, oh, he fucking needs new sheets or something.
Yeah.
And so she stepped out to get him some new linens. And when she came back, it was only like a minute or so, or even seconds. It was really fast. But when she came back, Tatatiki was gone. Like
Gone?
he wasn't in bed.
Okay.
Yes, just fucking gone. And he just had surgery where he was like not able to move around on his own or anything. Like he needed assistance to get up.
Yeah. If it was abdominal surgery, you're probably fucking a little incapacitated.
Yeah, and it was literally the morning after. Like that day he had it and then this next morning, right?
Yeah.
So, the fuck? Where are you? It was literally as if he just like spontaneously disappeared because they looked everywhere for him and they could not find him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have cameras in said hospital?
No, but they do have like security on every unit and shit. And they were like, we didn't see him. I don't know what you're talking about.
We haven't seen a dude in a hospital gown fucking
Wandering
doozing
away.
out.
Yeah, on his own in excruciating pain.
Yeah.
So obviously this raises a red flag for the nurse, right? Because he's just fucking gone and can't find him, whatever. She reports him missing to her head nurse or whatever. And like I said, they start looking for him. They look everywhere for 2 fucking days.
What?
2 days. 2 days. 2 days. And they can't find him. And during this 2-day search, Tatatiki's family had no idea he was missing. So they did not inform anybody that he
That-
was gone.
That seems like a lawsuit.
That seems pretty fucking shady, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we fucking lost him.
We lost a patient.
Yeah.
He's gone. Like, just gone.
That's crazy. So, okay, do you think that when she went to get sheets or whatever that only took her a minute, maybe less than a minute, that's a bit of an exaggeration?
Maybe.
You think she was gone for a little bit longer than that?
Could be, but
And
I
she was like, no, it was just a minute.
only took a second.
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
Because in the deposition later, you're like, but I mean...
But then
don't
I
wanna
did
get
also
in
take a shit.
trouble.
And I didn't want to tell you that I took a
I
shit.
went on a smoke break.
And also, I was talking to Harry in the hallway about Harriet.
Mm-hmm. And I wasn't supposed to because I already got fucking reprimanded for that shit earlier.
Could be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't really know, but I do know that he was fucking gone.
Okay.
So,
2 days.
2 days. They finally tell his family. They actually call his house. And they're like, hey, have you seen Tatatiki anywhere?
Funny story. True story.
Yeah.
He's gone.
They didn't even say that. They were like, is he home? And then his family, like the member who answered the phone, was like,
No, he's at the hospital.
excuse the fuck out of me. I thought he was with you.
Yeah, it's like dad calling after a fucking. Oh, you said you were staying the night at Stacy's house.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
no, they're staying the night at your house. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. And the hospital was like, yeah. So, funny story.
Here's the thing about that.
We lost him 2 days ago and we can't find him.
2 days.
Mm-hmm.
That just gets worse. That gets worse the longer you wait.
Yeah,
after you
that's
lose
like
a person.
something you should probably let them know right away.
Like after maybe, I don't know, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Be like, anyway, Bolo.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we get some extra eyes down here? You know exactly what he looks like.
Yeah.
I just have it on memory. you
Yeah.
know?
Also, he may or may not be wearing a gown and also hunched over.
Yeah. Like,
Did
hello?
he steal some good drugs on his way out?
The fuck
'Cause
are
He's
you?
going to be in some pain.
He's going to need it. Okay. So the family goes to the hospital to go help search for him. And they come
After 2 days, what the he's not in the hospital at this point.
yeah, I don't know. Well, the whole
Were
thing
they
is
like, did you check this closet?
Yeah, they were looking everywhere because they were like, he had abdominal surgery and nobody here is claiming that they helped him anywhere. Like, they're all looking for him. So, like, he couldn't have gotten far.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Did they check the bathroom?
he's like just taking a mean shit.
I mean, like, he might have not been able to get up
Yeah.
from that mean shit. Maybe he tore some shit.
Yeah, they
You
looked.
gave birth once. Pooping after is scary. That's some
Actually,
abdominal shit.
Pooping wasn't bad for me after, but I poop a lot pretty easily. So.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't bad for me or anything, but I was a little bit like, should I not push?
I think I was just dying. I don't even know. You know what? It's all a blur.
I think I didn't want to fucking have my insides become my outsides in the toilet because that would be embarrassing.
I'm pretty sure I just thought they were anyway, so that would be embarrassing.
I wouldn't want
I'm
to be
so
caught.
embarrassed.
Wouldn't want to be caught with my pants down.
Yeah, with your uterus out. That's what I always say.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, super gross. Anyway, okay, so his family comes and looks for him. They can't find him, and so they call the police and get the police involved, right?
Yeah.
The police come, they look everywhere, can't find him either.
Yeah.
And the family's just like fucking baffled. Like, what the fuck? First of all, how did you lose him?
Yeah.
And how did he disappear within minutes, like, or seconds, or however fucking long it took you to get your sheets, right?
Yeah. She was on a smoke break.
Probably. But
And she
even
just
that,
didn't want to be blamed for it.
probably. But even that, like, where'd he go? What's going on here?
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So weeks go by,
Oh, my God.
and Tatatiki never returns until one day on October 20th, while construction workers were working on some renovations for the hospital, one of the workers made a little bit of a discovery. In a, quote, isolated area within the ceiling
What?
of the hospital, the decomposing body of 61-year-old Tatatiki was discovered.
He was in the ceiling?
He was in the ceiling in an isolated area. So it was like a hard to get to part of the ceiling. It wasn't even just like, I found this fucking tile comes off and I climbed up in there. It was like a sectioned off and then like now I'm in the attic.
He had abdominal surgery. It's not like he's going to be climbing. Could you imagine reaching for something
No.
after having fucking stitches in your abdomen?
No, I can't. I
Like
can't.
reaching up? I wouldn't ever want to stretch out fully again.
Ugh. No, thank you.
Yeah.
So everyone was like totally shocked to find him there, right?
Yeah.
Like you're saying, he couldn't have climbed up on his own, so someone had to put him in there, right? Which sounds fucking hard
I
also.
was going to say, that sounds hard as hell. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a 61-year-old man. Maybe he was frail.
even then, I can't even lift my. Okay,
I couldn't lift you into a ceiling.
no way. Especially after COVID. But I literally will be rocking my almost 2-year-old to sleep because it's my favorite fucking pastime in this whole entire world. And I'm not even being sarcastic. It's definitely because he's my second and last kid. So I'm like, I will hold you forever.
Yeah.
But like, and then when I lay him long ways to like put him in his crib, I like
almost break your back.
struggle. Yeah.
And you're like, I'm going to drop him.
Yeah. There's no way I could lift somebody into a ceiling
Yeah.
or even like, an able-bodied person. More than myself. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
And in a hard to get to area, like part of the ceiling. That's fucking weird. So they perform an autopsy on him, and there's not much really published about it, but basically they were like, well, I can tell you one thing. He didn't die from complications of surgery. So,
Hospital covered my ass.
yeah, clear of all wrongdoing.
All of it except for the part where he went missing and then showed up on our property still.
In the
So
fucking ceiling.
he was still around.
In the
whole
fucking
time.
ceiling.
The whole time he died, he was on our property.
Yeah. And we couldn't find him in the ceiling.
That's,
All right.
Okay. Well, I mean, I wouldn't look there either.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. But
To be
like,
fair, I wouldn't be like, does that look shifted to you?
askew. There you go. Anyway, so they didn't specify how he died, but they alluded to the fact that he did not die of natural causes and that they suspect that it was homicide. Homicide. The autopsy also ruled that his body had been placed there after his death, so he didn't die in the ceiling.
Okay.
Now, his family is obviously very upset with the hospital, right?
I am upset by this news. I am shocked and possibly appalled.
This is one bit of news that is very upsetting.
Well, no, I wasn't expecting that.
Okay, and I mean, for obvious reasons, right? Like, they took 2 days to tell him that they went missing, and then also,
Yeah, I'd be pretty pissed.
yeah, the hospital has like heavy fucking security allegedly on all the units. So, like I said, like, how did they not notice that he had gone missing? Like, something happened.
Yeah.
Right? There was a really heavy suspicion that maybe a doctor or a nurse had killed him.
Why?
Well, it could be like malpractice, right? Either, or like an accident, like maybe they accidentally overdosed him or he just fucking died or something. I don't fucking know.
They're like, it certainly wasn't from the surgery.
Exactly. And then they were like covering it up by like, oh, he just went missing. Don't know.
Bad place to hide him, though, on your property.
It's really bad.
Like, you're a hospital, you have a morgue.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, why would that's like the worst place to put the body? But also, okay, so this is kind of be jumping all over the place because really there was very minimal information about all of this. So it's kind of pieced together here,
Yeah.
per usual. But I read an article that was talking about hospitals in this area, not this particular hospital, but hospitals in this area that are known to be like overcrowded,
Understaffed.
and like literally people witnessing that they just like keep bodies in fucking random ass rooms that are like decomposing bodies.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Shouldn't do that.
And I don't know if it's because they don't have any room in the morgue or like what, but it's like a different, it's a different country. I guess fucking different standards.
I guess.
It's South Africa, so I know from all of my fucking knowledge that there's a higher crime rate there. So I'm guessing that's why there's so much security involved because they kept specifying like there's security guards on every unit. So they would know if anybody went missing unless he left in like civilian clothes during like fucking very busy hours,
Was he found in a hospital gown or civilian clothes?
I don't know.
Interesting
question, though.
bit of information.
Very. But the hospital, the whole time, they're like, we didn't fucking cover anything up. We're not trying to hide anything. Like, we're cooperating with the investigation. And, recent construction made it even harder to look for him. Kind of like trying to justify why they didn't find him sooner, but also like, it wasn't us.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird, right?
Super weird.
Guess what?
What?
That's not the only body that has been found in the ceiling of a South African hospital.
Of a South African hospital?
Of a South African hospital.
Go on.
So I'm going to tell you
Is there
about
a fucking serial
ceiling killer,
serial ceiling planter?
serial ceiling stuffer.
Serial ceiling stuffer? Exactly.
We felt it was in there somewhere.
I knew it was
there's
there
a
somewhere.
Fucking God damn it!
Well, stop talking with your hands.
I can't help it. It's how I express my love. Yeah, there's a fucking South African ceiling stuffer. Cereal ceiling stuff.
South African cereal ceiling stuffer.
Oh my God, we're ridiculous. Anyway, okay, so now I'm going to tell you about Sandile Sidia.
Okay.
He was a 53-year-old man who worked as a builder in South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
On May 10th, 2019, he was sent to Mahatma Gandhi Memorial Hospital for a broken femur.
Oh, ew.
Yeah, that he got while he was working on a house. 'Cause like I
Owie.
said, he's a builder.
Yeah.
This hospital was actually only 30 minutes away from the hospital that Tatatiki died in. So, fun fact, only 30 minutes away.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Same little
close
fucking area.
Bye.
For our South African cereal ceiling stuffer.
Mm-hmm.
It just rolls right off the tongue.
He didn't have far to travel, our South African cereal stealing stuffer.
Ceiling
hard.
stuffer is really hard. Say that 10 times fast.
No.
Okay, so Sandile was being treated there for a few days at the hospital and was due to transfer to Addington Hospital to be treated by an orthopedic doctor for the remainder of his recovery. But on the morning that he was going to transfer, he was nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found. So the staff searched everywhere and they called the police and family immediately. So they were not like that other
That's
hospital.
fucking good.
Yeah.
They were like, let's fucking keep this one under the rug.
No, they were like, fuck, somebody help.
Damn it. Another one?
So the police come and they look everywhere and they're unable to find Sandile, and a missing persons case was opened.
And someone was like, have you checked the ceilings?
I have an idea. Let's look in the ceiling.
I heard about this other hospital where a dude also went missing.
Nope, that's not what happened. So again, it's pretty suspicious because one, he had a broken leg, right?
Uh-huh.
And
He's not climbing up in any fucking ceilings.
well, yeah. I
We
mean,
don't know he's in a ceiling yet.
at this point yet, you don't know he's going to be found on a fucking ceiling.
But I mean, he's a serial ceiling stuffer, so.
Yeah, so we know where the story's heading. But he couldn't have just gone up and gone fucking missing without help.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, he can't just leave the fucking hospital.
yeah.
And two, like I said, again, the hospital was heavily staffed with security. So they would have seen him leave.
Yeah.
Right? Which isn't likely to fucking happen to see him like cruising out. Like, he can't change his clothes on his own without any kind of help and walk out the front fucking door. Also, it was like I don't know if this one was in the morning, but I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that's not like busy visiting hours.
Right.
Anyway, so.
So, like, this dude with a limp just went by.
Yeah, on crutches. It's really weird. It looks like he needs to be in that bed over there.
But also, we didn't give him crutches because it's not like he was walking anywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Like he didn't walk somewhere. Okay, anyway, so he goes fucking missing. And the investigation goes on for 13 days, and no one knows what happens to him until one day people start to smell this really awful stench.
No.
And the staff starts searching around to try to locate it, but they just can't figure out where it's coming from.
No.
Eventually, they isolated the stench to a storeroom where they noticed that there was some mysterious liquid seeping from the ceiling.
Ew.
Yeah.
And none of them had heard about the fucking cereal stuffer from the other hospital?
I don't know. They weren't looking in ceilings, I'll tell you that much.
I'll tell you, if someone was found stuffed in a ceiling in one of our local hospitals,
That's where you're looking?
I would have heard about it.
Yeah.
And then if I worked in a hospital, I'd be like, that's crazy. And then if I saw some leaking liquid, I'd be like,
I figured it out.
hey guys, I think I know what's up there.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's when they figured it out also. They saw the leaking liquid and they were like, that's not going to be good. And they opened the ceiling tile and they found the decomposing body of Sandile.
That sucks.
He was so badly decomposed that his wife had to identify him by a mark above his eye. Like the rest of his body was unidentifiable. So,
Jesus.
yeah. And I don't know if it was like really hot or something. And so, like, maybe they don't have air conditioning in these things. Like, why was he decomposing so quickly after 13 days?
Yeah. But
So
maybe
badly.
it's hot in the ceilings, like in an attic or something, you know, because that's
Yeah.
not going to be fucking
That's true.
AC'd.
Oh my God. Can you imagine how bad that would smell? Blech.
No.
No.
No. And that's not something I ever want to smell.
Nope, me either. Now, all the reports that I could find, they basically just said that they're going to perform an autopsy on him and that the next of kin will be informed, but they don't really tell us much about what they find on the autopsy. Like, they only told the family, and I'm not sure if the family ever came out and told media.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go ahead and guess that they found that he did not die of natural causes and he did not crawl up there himself, right?
He did not die of a broken femur.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And like we're saying, like he would have had to have help. Okay. And by the way, when I was reading these, I can't remember which story it was, but like all the staff was like baffled. They were like, oh my God, how did he get up there without help? And he was just like wandering around until he died. And it's like, come on. He wasn't wandering around in the ceiling.
He was put there.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
was fucking put there. So it seems kind of weird that like they think that. Unless their ceilings are different than our ceilings. Like,
It's got to be that the hospital or the hospital workers or staff or whatever, it's like a eyes wide shut type deal. Like, I'm not going to acknowledge that something may or may not have been a little shady practices.
miss some
Yeah.
fuckery afoot,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah, and maybe Karen took one too many breaks, and so she's like, I don't know, I was there the whole time, you know?
Yeah.
It's that, like, everybody lies, but it's just, like, the thing to cover their ass, but really they're fucking covering up for everything else.
Yeah, but I just feel like it has to have been something shady in order for you to stick somebody in the ceiling. Like, for me, that has to be somebody doing something bad and trying to hide it and not just like, oopsie, didn't pay attention to this person and now they're dead, or oopsie, accidentally overdosed them and now they're dead, because then you would just be like, oh no, put him in the morgue or something. Like, you wouldn't hide the body that you know is eventually going to be found unless you are like a killer, right?
Yeah. You are the serial ceiling stuffer.
Of South Africa.
Yeah, the South African serial ceiling stuffer.
You're getting pretty good at it.
Thank you.
Don't wink at me. Yeah, I don't know. So something feels off to me. And I get what you're saying of like covering your ass and the like eyes wide shut, whatever that saying is, where you're
Yeah.
just like, nope, nothing, everything's fine here. And they're like lying on behalf of the hospital and everything because they want a fucking job.
Well, that or lying on behalf of themselves. Like,
Yeah.
no, I didn't take too many breaks. But then in turn, that's actually lying on behalf of the hospital because
Yeah.
then, or like on behalf of the murderer or the killer or the whatever it might be. Or that, like, you know, one too many people give false information and then they don't realize that it happened within this time frame.
Yeah, then you
Where that
lose
guy
the whole
was, so
fucking
they don't-
trail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, this hospital, you know, they came forward and they were like, hey, guess what? We're fucking really crowded and understaffed, and it's really hard for us to like maintain people. So
It's
like,
really hard for us to keep an eye on everyone.
exactly. That's basically what they're saying, but it sounds like it's pretty justified. Like I get there were even
Listen,
like
you can't expect us to know where all of our patients are at all
100%
times.
of the time.
Yeah, that's insane.
But
That's
even
too much.
Even in these like reports, they're coming out and saying like, "Hey, we're overstaffed. So like, if you're sick, go to your local clinic first before you come to us because it's just causing congestion and we can't care for everybody." And then things like this happen. So this is really your fault.
Listen, you guys need to wash your hands more. And if you did, maybe we wouldn't have so many bodies in the ceiling.
Exactly. This isn't our fault, guys.
Yeah. I mean, could you imagine if the serial ceiling stuffer struck at your hospital, though, and you're just like,
Fuck.
we were practicing all the right fucking things, and then he
Yeah.
fucking,
And now you'll make us look bad.
yeah,
Fucking
you gotta
serial
come in here
Ceiling stuffer.
with your satchel of tricks.
Well, you know I love a good conspiracy theory, so I'm over here like for sure it's a murderer. It's only 30 minutes apart. Like let's check who was on staff.
who's stuffing bodies in the ceiling?
Well, it's got to be more than one person.
Or one really strong guy.
Andre the Giant is just like fucking
He
man.
can stand on a chair. How do you get up there? Do you have to like move a ceiling tile, or is there like an access?
Well, the one I saw was like, you know, the ceiling tiles at school where they're
Yeah.
like you would throw pencils in them and they'd stick.
Uh-huh.
But like, and you just lift it up and slide it to the side. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
But those aren't very strong ceilings either.
No, they're not. How do you? And then you'd have to like gently place a body inside there, because if you just chucked it, it would just fall through the other one.
Yeah, I don't know. You have to have help for that. Unless there's a way to access it from the roof down.
Or just an access, like an attic access with like stairs. And then
Yeah,
they're
but
like,
somebody's
and I'm
going to
gonna put 'em
notice
here,
you.
and that happens to be over a storage unit. Well, yeah, someone would notice a dude, but maybe not in a hospital.
That's understaffed and overcrowded.
Yeah, you might not notice a guy on a gurney. He could just pop that baby on a gurney.
Going up the ladder to the fucking attic, I might notice that.
Well,
I said attic.
you did. It's probably not like an easily accessible attic. It's like in, you know, the storeroom closet or whatever.
And then he just shut the door and shoved somebody up there.
And he pulled it down, got the fucking ladder, got him up there.
Maybe there was
came
like a
out with
whole
an empty
pulley
gurney.
system.
And everyone's like, that's not weird. We have empty gurneys all over the place.
I just cannot see one person hoisting a body, dead body weight, up into the ceiling solo. Like, for me, there's got to
That's
be
a
an
scary
accomplice.
person.
Yeah.
Like, if it was one person, that would be intense.
What if it's like, you know, those weird like physics tables or whatever where it's like a chain pulling a chain and it just looks like it's floating?
Mm-hmm.
What if there's somebody out there that's like, I figured out the perfect way to hide a body and they did some weird fucking magic David Copperfield shit to get the body up there and then they didn't consider decomposition?
Yeah. And then they were, when it started leaking, they were like,
Fuck. Fuck. I forgot about that part.
Okay, so was there other hospitals that were struck by the South African serial ceiling stuffer?
Not that I'm aware of,
Okay.
but I'm going to tell you some theories now because, like I said, I like a good conspiracy
Ooh,
theory, right?
I do too. Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, so like I said, I'm all for there's a murderer. Other people are like, they totally just fucking wandered up there. Like, if you took enough drugs, you could climb a fucking ladder and lay down and just die peacefully there, even though the autopsy showed that one guy before Tadatiki died before he was up there.
Yeah.
Also, for the record, I want to know, like, why, like, what caused their death? Like, were they stabbed? Were they shot? Were they suffocated? We don't know. I
Yeah.
have no fucking idea how they died.
Yeah, that would be a number one on, like, if somebody else did it or if they just wandered.
That would be
You
some
know?
pretty helpful knowledge to have, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
which
so
they're probably fucking saving for, like, an actual murderer and
Yeah.
murder trial case thing.
maybe we all just stopped talking about it, and so they just stopped investigating.
Ooh, that's fucking scary.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Because another theory is that some people believe that what had happened was spontaneous teleportation.
Now, this I can get behind.
Yeah, buckle up because literally I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this an honest theory?
This is an honest theory.
Where did you get this theory? Reddit?
Oh, for sure. It's like on some like side blog or whatever. But here's a theory: spontaneous teleportation. Now, and also if you look this up, these two stories are on all of the spontaneous teleportation fucking conspiracy theory thing.
Never heard of this before. Sell me on it.
Me either. So teleportation does exist in quantum mechanics.
Okay.
And I would explain it to you, but you probably wouldn't understand it.
Yeah, it's going to go way over my head.
That's a total joke. I can't explain it to you.
I know.
Other than the very basic form of like the 5 sentences I read was like some super smart fucking scientists discovered that information can be passed from like between photons on computer chips without the photons touching. So they were like, oh my
fucking
God.
Willy Wonka and the TV thing. I get it.
Yeah.
I think everybody gets it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm so glad
You don't
guys,
need to mansplain it to us. Just move along.
I'm so glad you guys are all with me, fucking entanglement. Anyway, so there are accounts in history of people spontaneously teleporting, although I don't know how valid they are, but here are a few.
Okay.
So that none of us can fucking sleep tonight.
Yeah, lay
Because
it on me.
I'm over here like fucking aliens, right? Like, okay, Tadatiki and Sandali, they for sure were murdered. But like these stories, aliens.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
convince me.
Okay, so
Take me down this road.
oh, here we go. You better fucking buckle up, bitch. Now, we're in North Cornwall, England in 1687. Again, we don't know. We don't really know.
I feel like that was the time of miracles.
And a miracle fucking happened here. There was a servant named Jacob Mutton, of course, Mutton. And
I
he
wonder
was
what his family did.
probably weaved baskets. So he was getting ready for bed on May 8th, and he heard a strange voice calling to him. And it sounded like it was saying, Soho, Soho, Soho. I don't know why they spelled it out. Soho, 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 Soho. And it was saying it over and over again. And the voice sounded hollow, and it sounded like it was coming from like right at his window.
I don't like that. That almost made me throw up.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
This might be like your fucking,
This might be my aliens thing.
this might be your aliens thing. Okay, so you did get very serious on me.
I don't like that.
Okay, so he goes over to the window, but it doesn't sound like his window is 17 feet up in the air. So it doesn't sound like somebody's like yelling to him from below. It sounds like it's like right at the window.
Mm-hmm. I don't
Now,
like that. I don't like that.
okay, now he's looking out the window, and that's the last thing that he remembers. I guess he's like holding onto the iron bars or something that's on the
Thank
window.
God there's fucking iron bars.
Right? Okay. Except for that's the last thing he remembers. until the next morning. Everyone starts searching for Jacob because he's not in his fucking bed, right? And they're like, hey, somebody's got to deal with the mutton. And and they look for his room. They look all over and they can't find him.
Was he at the bottom of the window? Like outside?
No, but at the bottom of the window, they did find an iron bar that belonged to his window.
Okay.
Okay. So now,
It's not as weird. Probably drank some bad ale. Maybe went a little
loopy-doopy,
little too over the top.
maybe.
Maybe had some fucking mold in his bread or whatever gets you high. I don't know. Whatever happened back then. Maybe he ate some wild mushrooms
Coulda.
and then just heard some shit outside his window and then was like, anyway, here's Wonderwall, and just fucking bolted
Bailed.
out his fucking iron barred window and took one with him
Coulda.
because he's down at the bottom.
He is?
Yeah.
Okay, you're freaking me out right now. Why'd you say it like that? What are you talking about? He's at the bottom of the window?
Yeah, he's outside on the ground. That's where he teleported to. Is he in the ceiling? Where'd he teleport to? I'm just trying to make sense of this.
Yeah, yes. It's hard to make sense of, isn't it? Anyway, that's it. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So they find the iron bar outside of his window, right? And they're like, where the fuck is Jacob? Well, 30 miles away, someone found him unconscious, lying on the side of a road, clutching an iron bar from his window in his hand. Just passed the fuck out on the side of the road. 30 miles away. 1658 or whatever year I said. 1687.
Were there cars?
No.
Was there horse-drawn carriages?
30 miles away. Yeah, I'm sure there were, but there were no horses or carriages around him. 30 fucking miles away.
How did they know it was 30 miles?
You don't ride 30 miles because that's what this article told me. All right. So
But how did they know?
they fucking
guessing.
They probably used it in fucking nights, you know?
Can horses travel 30 miles?
I'm sure they're very powerful. So you think you rode a horse and then just bailed?
1 horsepower.
Yeah. Anyway, so he was dazed and confused, but unharmed.
Okay.
And when he returned home, he was like more serious than he used to be. Like he used to like joke around and laugh and everything, but he was just like thinking all
Yeah,
of
it's
the
probably
time.
the fucking head injury he got from the fall. Was he also more aggressive? Did he start beating his wife?
No,
Sandra Mutton?
no, but he claims that the only thing that he recalled from that night was a really tall man took him.
Nope, don't like that.
Yep. From his window,
What? No, I don't like that.
took him to that field that he was like found in, or to the side of the road or whatever that he was found
The
in.
only thing he recalls is everything.
And that the way he took them was like they flew there, like they were flying. So aliens, right?
Obviously.
Obviously, fucking aliens.
Obviously.
So that's Jacob. Now we're gonna go to 1926. A French, I think it was a woman. I don't know. Anyway, swimmer by the name of Simone Laville
Okay.
was swimming the English Channel with a rescue boat following her. So yes, a woman with 18 people on board, keeping an eye on her.
Mm-hmm.
So there was like a lot of mist this day or something, but the rescuers were able to keep sight of her until all of a sudden she looked like she had started to fade away right in front of them. And they claim it wasn't the mist and that she literally started to fade like fucking like the picture in Back to the Goddamn Future, right? You know the picture?
Yeah.
Johnny Be Good? Yeah,
Everyone does. What year is this?
1926.
Okay.
Okay, so she faded until she disappeared, and everyone fucking panicked and started to search for her because they're like, she drowned. Like, what the fuck? Are you seeing this shit? Like, what the hell's going on? So 3 hours later, they're searching for 3 hours. 3 hours later, they find her in a farmer's pond 17 miles south of London with no memory of how she got there. But like, this is so fucked up, and I'm super tired, but can you just imagine swimming the English Channel and just popping
being
up
in
in a pond?
Well, I can stand now.
Yeah.
It's just like, I must be at the end.
Just like coming up and being like, wait, where the fuck am I?
Is it a cow?
Am I on a farmer's pond?
There's a fucking patty of cows over there.
Fuck off. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Okay, so she has no memory of how she got there.
this is in the 1920s?
Yeah, and
People
everybody
are
else
much
is like,
more,
yeah,
like reliable back then.
I know, that's what I'm
Not like
saying.
16 something. Because, I mean, listen.
Fucking, we're all making shit up then.
Yeah. Miracles happened.
Mm-hmm.
So she has no memory of what happened?
No memory.
Did
and
she remember swimming in the channel?
Yeah. And everybody else is like, yeah, you just fucking disappeared. front of us, in front of our very eyes, and then you just showed up in a fucking pond
Well, now,
17 miles away.
because
Spontaneous teleportation. What a weird place to teleport to. And time, you know? A weird time.
do you think the farmer was like, what the fuck?
Do you need help, miss?
Is that a fucking lady in my pond?
Yeah.
It's a mermaid.
Yes, he was. That's why we have mermaids.
Like, what was his thought on that? Ma'am, get off my goddamn property.
Well, do you think that somebody noticed her, or did she notice first and then just
That's what I'm wondering.
walk out of the pond all embarrassed?
Yeah, and then how are you like, I think I'm supposed to be somewhere else.
I don't really know, but like I thought I was in the English Channel, and they were like, "Nah, miss, that's like a 3-foot pond.
Yeah. Like, I have a feeling
Like you're gonna want to check for leeches."
people might be looking for me. Check for leeches.
Yeah, I don't
Because
like.
the people that were searching for her weren't searching 17 miles away in some dude's pond. Like, do you think she might be in there? No.
Yeah, I don't
No,
know.
we don't. I
Maybe-
don't think she's in there.
Maybe she
So
went
then
to
did the
police.
farmer find her? And he's like, ma'am, is this where you're supposed to be? And she's like, I don't think so.
And then he phoned the police, and they already had a missing persons. I'm sure, like, if somebody's swimming the English Channel. Like, we got fucking search and rescue, 18 of us back here. They got to be able to, like, radio into headquarters.
Yeah, HQ that shit. I don't like that either.
Isn't that fucking weird? That's
Yeah.
kind of one of my favorite ones, is that, like, she just pops up in a pond.
It's weird that it went water to water.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's unnecessary.
Well, how fucking weird would it be if you just plop down on land and you're doing a goddamn butterfly stroke?
She's like in a fucking bathing suit with a swim cap on in like some dude's wheat field.
How unfortunate.
Oh my God.
Oh, dear God. Okay, so another case of spontaneous
Oh my God,
teleportation.
there's more?
Yeah, there's actually a lot. I didn't mention them all.
Okay.
It comes from Argentina in 1959, where a man checks out of a hotel and he gets in his car and he starts the engine, and this thick mist just starts to like envelop his car. And the next thing he knows is he's standing in the middle of a field 600 miles away, totally confused. And when he looks at his watch, only minutes had passed.
600 miles away.
600 miles away.
That's
Minutes
so-
had passed.
Far. But that's all his account.
Well, he goes to the cops and tells his story, and the cops call the hotel staff to be like, what the fuck? Like, was this guy really here? Whatever. And the hotel staff confirms that he had just checked out, and when they went to the parking lot, his car was still running.
What?
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 What? Isn't that weird? Aliens.
That one kind of gave me chills.
Ali-fucking-ins.
Okay, so have you heard about this fucking UFO bullshit that's going on right now?
Don't scare me. I have to sleep tonight. No, what is it? Tell me.
Me not scare you. Okay. Well, apparently, like the fucking Navy or whatever, it sees UFOs
All the time.
all the fucking time.
Yes, I know all about this.
All the time.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to like disclose that shit.
Yeah.
Like coming up pretty soon.
Yeah. They already have released a lot of it.
I
don't know about a lot of it, but some things.
I saw that they released some pictures or whatever of it, but like obviously there's aliens.
Duh.
Because how self-centered, even as an American, I
Yeah.
know it's self-centered to think that we are the center of the universe.
Yeah, that's not even accurate.
Well, I
Yeah.
know, but I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
quote
That
unquote.
we're the only ones here.
The only ones that everything fucking is us, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we're it. We're the fucking top beings. Clearly, that's not the case.
I know.
It can't be. It's
know.
statistically impossible that we are the only intelligent life.
It scares me. I'm going to have trouble sleeping tonight. And also, for sure, this is fucking aliens. that I'm
Hopefully, I
telling you.
can teleport home tonight because it's going to be
Spontaneously?
a long ride.
Yeah.
No, I don't want it spontaneous. I want to plan it so my car
Well, you
can
can't
actually go
yet.
too. Like,
Can't yet. So anyway, his car was still running, right? Mm-hmm. So one more, a recent one in November of 2000. Again, I don't know how valid any of these fucking stories are.
of course, it's all firsthand accounts.
Yeah. And also, I didn't like the one article that had all of these mashed together. There weren't names for these people.
And it was a website with like black glitter background with yellow writing and
Yeah.
things like moving.
It was like
on
an
the sides.
Angel Fire one, and it's like Heaven's Gate looking.
And they're like, welcome to my website.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm fucking taking this shit as gospel.
Yeah, this shit is fact. Citing my sources.
That's right. So anyway, in November of 2000, a Florida couple were just chilling in their living room when a man suddenly appeared in their hot tub.
Ew.
David. They asked the man what the fuck. And
Did he like splash in? How they?
I think he just fucking appeared. I don't really know. And the guy was all confused and he was like, dude, I just dove,
I think
dragged.
I just jumped
I just jumped into
head first with my hands pointed.
Yes, past tense. Into a Motel 8 pool. Like I'm staying at a Motel 8 and I jumped in the pool and I just resurfaced in your fucking hot tub.
It's a really quick resurfacing. He's lucky he didn't break his goddamn neck.
You do not dive in a shallow end. Anyway, so his family confirmed, like back at the Motel 8, they were like, yeah, like he had a wife and 2 teenage kids or whatever. And they were like, we just saw him jump in and then he fucking disappeared. And so we called the cops, like, to help us look for him.
How far away was this Motel 8?
It was, I don't know if they actually say, but
That is a great prank.
it is, right? I want to say that it was pretty fucking close, like in the neighborhood or whatever.
Okay.
Like this one wasn't 600 miles away.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that this one, first of all, it's Florida, so we don't fucking know.
I mean, anything happens in Florida.
But
Florida
also-
man shows up in your fucking jacuzzi. I get it.
God damn it. But
It's
I'm
another
kinda,
Tuesday.
I'm kind of thinking this one might be BS because who like fucking hangs out with the top off of their jacuzzi? Like the cover?
Well, I mean, maybe they were sitting in there and they were like, who the fuck is this guy?
No, they said they were like in their living room watching TV. Unless their jacuzzi is part of the pool, you know, like the hot tub thing or whatever.
It could be that. Or it could be like summertime and they just always keep the lid off. You know, maybe they're about to get in.
Maybe.
Maybe they had just gotten out. Maybe they're like, every Tuesday night we fucking keep the lid off for no reason.
Can you imagine resurfacing in a hot tub with the lid on?
My God, how scary would that be? Why is it so dark?
I mean, you could probably just like fucking lift that shit off. But anyway, so
Probably.
for sure aliens.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and guess that Teratiki and Sandili were victims of negligent staff in the hospital or the fucking...
South African serial ceiling stuffer.
Yeah, yep, that one.
I think it was that.
And they died and got covered up.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I think it was that.
And
But
we've got
these
like
other
a
ones-
fucking killer hopping hospitals.
Yeah, and also I feel like if I fucking spontaneously teleported into a ceiling in a hospital, I'd be able to get down from there or make myself known.
Yeah, but like I said, they were for sure dead.
Yeah, they were for sure dead.
Yeah.
Like I'm just saying, if
Yeah,
it was
if
like
you
a
weren't- Yeah.
a case of fucking aliens spontaneously stuffing them into the ceiling real quick, teleporting them into the ceiling, as a person, I'd be like,
Hello?
I'm up here.
Help?
Knock, knock. Like, move a fucking ceiling tile. Because I'd be like, this is weird. Why are there tiles on the floor that look like ceiling tiles?
Yeah, why is there no room for me to sit up?
Why does it feel like I'm above everyone and I can hear people below me?
Yeah, I don't like this. Let me out.
Yeah.
But,
I'm
okay.
gonna holler.
So, if... Did you say holler?
Yeah, I did.
So, here's the thing, though. Do you think... Because for sure, I think you and I are on the same path that we think somebody killed him, right?
Yeah.
And shoved him up there. I think that it has to take more than one person. But either which way, do you think that it is the same person at each hospital, or do you think that it's a copycat? Like somebody at this hospital, the second hospital, was like, hey, I heard of them getting rid of a guy by shoving him in the ceiling.
Yeah, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
Like, that's the dumbest copycat that I've ever heard of. If it was like, I'm gonna fucking do this thing to cover up this body that didn't work, that they also found, and then, like, I think that's dumb. I think
Yeah.
it's the same guy that has, like, a penchant for fucking stuffing bodies up here.
But then, like, what a weird... I mean, I guess they were,
Quirk.
like, older men who had, like, I don't know, one had fucking a broken femur and the other had abdominal surgery. So, like, what...
Yeah, that's weird.
Like, what was the... Like, what are they going after? Like, what was the motive?
I want to know how they died. Like, what the autopsy says on that.
I know. I don't think we'll ever know.
No,
Unless somebody updates it in the fucking media or whatever. But
that's pretty crazy.
isn't that fucking nuts?
That's insane.
Weird. Also, spontaneous teleportation. Who knew that was a thing?
I didn't. But listen, I'm for it.
I am too, and also I'm for aliens. Like, for sure that shit's aliens. Also, I don't know how space and time and shit work. Like, it's all fucking made up.
Yeah.
Time isn't really a fucking thing.
Time is irrelevant.
Yeah, I guess it's a thing because we actually, like, circle around the sun and shit, whatever you want to
but it's
measure.
not correct anyway.
Yeah, we fucking make that shit up. We'll fix it with leap year.
Yeah, that'll work.
Fuck you. Your math was off, bitch.
Why don't you just fix your fucking math?
Yeah, figure that shit out.
Yeah.
Also, why do we have to have time? I'll wake up when I'm done sleeping, bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to check out pictures pertaining to my case, which I don't even know if there's one.
Sure, there's pictures of good
There's-
old Jacob's mutton.
There is, oh, I didn't even think of those, but there are pictures of them like in the ceiling. Like
Ew.
you can't see anything else. It's just like the tile is moved from the side. But anyway, okay, so if you want to check out those pictures or that picture, go to isgdpodcast.com. And while you're there, please click on the Patreon link and join us on Patreon. For only $1, you get an extra episode every month. Or if you're willing to donate $10, then you get fucking sneak peek access to all of our shit as soon as we can get it up there. AKA, we turn on a camera and we just let that bitch roll.
Yeah, you get the raw, unedited, mostly uncut version.
Except for when Erin blurts out her fucking child's name.
I know, I'm so bad at that.
But it is of every fucking episode. So, it's totally worth it.
Yeah.
Also, if you want to come join us on social media, we're at ISGD Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and sometimes TikTok.
Sometimes.
Come join the goddamn pod group on Facebook. We're all friends there. You don't even have to talk about true crime. You can just send fucking silly goddamn minion memes, and I'll be like, fuck these minions.
Don't do minion memes.
Yeah,
or Baby Yoda memes.
I hate them. Except for the last Baby Yoda meme was good.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
It was
I remember
about-
you guys were like, Baby Yoda's the new Minions, and I was like, it fucking is.
It is. But it was about fucking dirty ass feet. Like,
Oh, yeah.
about wearing flip flops with dirty ass feet.
Yeah, it was.
Like, if your feet look like this,
Yeah, no business wearing flip-flops.
Mama still wear them.
Yeah.
Also, how do you think my feet got this dirty?
Yeah.
We had a whole conversation. Anyway, come join the conversation.
Yeah, join the conversation.
Yeah, we're just fucking hanging out and being friends, man.
Yeah.
What else can they do? Email us at isgdpodcast@gmail.com. And then snail mail us.
At P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 91979.
And I think that's it, guys.
That's it and that's all.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.